Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Everyone thinks Leonardo DiCaprio is living the dream. Money, fame, yachts, and roles that made Hollywood history. You must think that his life is effortless, but the reality? Being Leo means constant pressure, endless scrutiny, and the kind of fame where even ordering a latte feels like a press conference. He said it himself in interviews, and the stories behind his career back it up. So in this video, we're breaking down exactly why being Leonardo DiCaprio actually kinda sucks. And wait until you hear why Titanic nearly made him quit acting altogether. Let's dive in. When Titanic hit in 1997, Leonardo DiCaprio's life didn't just change, it went nuclear. He was 22, already praised for What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Romeo plus Juliet. But overnight, he went from serious actor to the human version of a boy band poster. And look, most of the time I don't make Titanic jokes, but when I do, it's to break the ice. In a 2007 Newsweek interview, Leo admitted that after Titanic, he was treated as another piece of cute meat, something he desperately wanted to escape. Not like Wagyu steak either. More like one of those sad hot dogs spinning on a gas station roller. Everybody grabs one, but nobody feels good after. He even said the attention was so overwhelming that he thought about stepping away completely. The obsession was insane. His fame was documented as unlike anything Hollywood had seen since Beatlemania. Fans camped outside his apartment, tabloids tracked his every move, and his crew of club-hopping friends got nicknamed the Pussy Posse by New York Magazine. It looked less like Hollywood glamour and more like a side mission in GTA. Follow Leonardo without being spotted. His face was everywhere. Magazines, posters, lunchboxes, probably even one cursed birthday cake in Ohio. And then there was the "I'm the king of the world" line. James Cameron has said he fed it to Leo in the moment while filming, and Leo nailed it so hard it became the quote of the decade.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The problem? It stuck to him stronger than Gorilla Glue. He couldn't go anywhere without that line following him like a bad ringtone. The bigger issue was that Titanic locked him into the teen idol box, and not the cool neon kind. Studios wanted more heartthrob roles. Leo wanted grit. He teamed with Martin Scorsese for Gangs of New York in 2002, but some critics still called him callow. It wasn't until The Aviator in 2004, where he played Howard Hughes, that people finally shut up and admitted he was serious. Before that, tabloids focused on yachts, models, or his hair. The man was chasing Oscars, but magazines covered him like he was auditioning for High School Musical 4, Titanic Edition, and he hated it. He said the fame was overwhelming, the kind you can't escape. Going outside wasn't Hollywood glamour. It was basically American Ninja Warrior.
That one there was a violation, personally.
Except the only obstacle was dodging paparazzi in bushes. And if that sounds exhausting, wait until you see how the internet turned his dating life into one giant group roasting project. If Titanic locked Leo into the teen idol box, the internet later built him a new one. The infamous under 25 rule. You've seen the memes. Leonardo DiCaprio dates women, they hit 25, and the relationship gets Thanos snapped. And maybe that's why when the movie Titanic turned 25 years old, Leo lost interest in it too. In 2019, The Cut ran a piece literally titled, "Why Won't Leonardo DiCaprio Date a Woman Over 25?" Bro, that doesn't even sound like Hollywood gossip. That sounds like vampire legend. By 2022, a Reddit chart tracking his girlfriend's ages went viral, and it looked less like romance and more like the stock market in 2008.
Okay.
At exactly 25, the line flatlined harder than a heart monitor in a bad soap opera. And listen, I don't ever want to see a flat line on my subscriber graph, so go ahead and hit that sub button before I end up like one of Leo's relationships. Here's the thing, Leo has never once said this rule exists. He's never confirmed it, denied it, or joked about it himself. But the internet doesn't care. Memes are basically law now. In 2022, when he split from Camila Morrone just a few months after she turned 25, Twitter treated it like the Super Bowl halftime show. One viral tweet read, "Leo's girlfriends don't have birthdays, they have expiration dates." Another joked, "Bro treats 25 like it's the check engine light."
Pow.
That's not even gossip anymore. That's free stand-up comedy writing itself. Even Saturday Night Live got in on the action. Weekend Update roasted him for the pattern, and the crowd ate it up. And honestly, if Leo ever did date someone over 25, the internet would probably break. Imagine him showing up with a 32-year-old. The timeline would act like he broke the simulation. People would start checking if it was some new update available. The worst part is Leo can't win. If he dates young, he's creepy. If he dates older, people say he's off-brand. In a 2016 Rolling Stone profile, when asked about settling down, he laughed and said he wanted to let love happen naturally. Totally normal. Except the second he said it, somewhere a meme account was already preparing another graph. Even Camilla Morone herself defended him in the Los Angeles Times, saying people should date who they want. Reasonable. But the internet doesn't want reasonable. It wants punchlines. For Leo, dating isn't private anymore. It's public property. He's not in relationships. He's in memes. And bro, once you're a meme, you don't retire. And speaking of not retiring, let's talk about Leo's lifelong war with paparazzi, where leaving the house looked less like Hollywood luxury and more like Call of Duty with flashbulbs. If Leo's dating life made him a meme, paparazzi made his whole existence a boss fight. Fame in the early 2000s wasn't Instagram influencers staging selfies. It was packs of men with telephoto lenses literally climbing trees just to catch him eating a sandwich. Bro couldn't step outside without it looking like a National Geographic documentary. You can almost hear the narrator, and here we see the elusive DiCaprio in his natural habitat, running for his life. The footage was brutal. In 2005, tabloids reported paparazzi swarmed Leo and then girlfriend Gisele Bündchen in Los Angeles so aggressively that she had to push her way through a wall of cameras just to get to their car. Imagine planning a dinner date and it suddenly turns into Fast and Furious, Prius Drift. There are whole photo sets of Leo covering his face with umbrellas, baseball caps, even plastic bags. Not exactly the Hollywood glamour his PR team had in mind. By the late 2000s, he got so fed up, he started trolling them back.
Sorry.
In 2010, TMZ ran clips of Leo biking through Manhattan, straight up flipping off paparazzi. And the best part? He did it in full incognito mode. Helmet, scarf, sunglasses, like a dude testifying in a mob trial. At one point, photographers noted he'd wear headphones blasting Gang Starr so he didn't have to hear them screaming. That's not A-list luxury. That's survival tactics. Maybe even Bear Grylls showed him a few tricks. And then came the memes. In 2014, paparazzi caught him trying to crouch behind a tree, using the leaves as cover like a middle-aged raccoon. The internet instantly renamed him Leonardo DiCaprio. Imagine being one of the greatest actors alive, and your cultural legacy is hiding behind shrubbery like you're dodging the landlord. Even Leo himself admitted later in interviews that privacy in Hollywood was basically non-existent. And that's the heart of it. No matter how rich or powerful he got, he couldn't buy a normal walk outside. For most of us, taking out the trash is just a chore. For Leo, it was a tactical mission.
Emotional, damn it!
Forget red carpets. His real runway was the sidewalk ambush, with flashbulbs popping off like landmines. And if you think the paparazzi were bad, wait until you hear about Leo's obsession with awards, and how the Oscars turned into the longest-running inside joke of his entire career.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
For years, Leonardo DiCaprio's career had one giant meme strapped to it: the Oscar curse. Despite being one of the best actors alive, he went winless for decades. He was nominated 5 times before finally winning in 2016 for The Revenant. That's like watching Wheel of Fortune every night for 10 years and finally landing on the jackpot.
My time has come.
Except Pat Sajak is replaced by Julianne Moore handing you a statue. The internet turned his struggle into Hollywood's longest-running inside joke. Every award season, Twitter would light up with memes of Leo clapping politely while watching someone else grab the trophy. Bro was basically the Oscars' designated Best Supporting Actor in losing. The frustration was real, at least for the fans. After The Wolf of Wall Street lost in 2014, people spammed crying gifs and launched petitions like it was a political movement. There's literally a change.org petition from back then titled "Give Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar." And hey, so I don't end up like Leo during those years, it would mean the world if you hit that subscribe button. But imagine being one of the most respected actors on earth and having your career treated like a charity case. Even Matthew McConaughey, who beat him for Dallas Buyers Club, got memed as the man who stole Leo's toy. The poor guy gave a legendary performance, and half the internet acted like he mugged Jack Dawson in broad daylight. Leo himself stayed calm on the surface, but you could tell he felt the weight. In a 2014 Variety interview, he said, "You can't go into this business expecting anything," which is actor code for, "Please stop asking why I don't have the shiny statue yet." By the time he finally won, the internet threw a bigger party than the Academy did. The clip of him clutching that Oscar while smirking went instantly viral. One fan tweeted, "World peace achieved." Leo got his Oscar, another wrote, "This is bigger than the moon landing." Bro wasn't just winning an award, he was ending a decade-long group roast. But here's the catch. Once he won, the joke didn't die. It just mutated. Instead of Leo can't win an Oscar, it became Leo only won because he got mauled by a bear. Imagine delivering one of the best performances of your life and having people boil it down to, congrats on losing a fistfight with wildlife. Even in victory, the internet refused to let him breathe. So yeah, he won. But the Oscar curse turned his career into film's biggest running gag. And if you thought that was the end of Leo's Hollywood struggles, just wait until we get to his environmental crusades, where saving the planet became a full-time PR nightmare. Being Leonardo DiCaprio in Hollywood isn't just acting, it's fighting a boss battle called time. He's been a star since his teens, and the industry still treats him like he's supposed to be 25 forever. Every time he shows up on a red carpet, headlines don't say Oscar-winning actor Leo DiCaprio. They say an aging heartthrob spotted with a new model. Bro's career is literally split screen. One side Inception, the other side Guess Who's Not Over 25. The memes write themselves. In 2023, people online pointed out that Leo is older than both Kate Winslet's mom in Titanic and Jack's mom in Titanic. Let that sink in. He went from "I'll never let go" to "please get me an Advil" in internet years. And every new girlfriend sparks the same punchline. She wasn't even born when Leo starred in Romeo plus Juliet. That's not a love life. That's a math problem. Hollywood doesn't help. In interviews, directors like Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese praise him as one of the best actors of his generation. But the tabloids? They'd rather run Leo's dad bod Summer on the cover. Imagine being called one of the greatest talents alive by Scorsese, and then waking up to see the Daily Mail zoomed in on your stomach like it's breaking news. He admitted in a 2019 Esquire profile that fame keeps him paranoid about every move. And who wouldn't be? Every wrinkle, every hairline shift, every girlfriend, it all gets turned into memes. Bro isn't aging in peace, he's aging in 4K. And here's the kicker. He's actually kept his career sharp. The Revenant, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Killers of the Flower Moon, he's still pulling Oscar nominations like it's nothing. But the internet doesn't care. They'll reduce his entire career down to, haha, Leo old, girlfriend young. That's like scoring 50 points in the NBA Finals and people only tweeting about your haircut.
Ow! I'm really mad!
So, yeah, Hollywood pressure is bad for everyone, but for Leo, it's relentless. He's basically fighting to be taken seriously while also starring in the longest-running sitcom about his age. Bro didn't just get famous, he accidentally signed up to be the internet's favorite recurring punchline. And if you thought that was rough, wait until we hit the final part. The hidden cost of all this fame, loneliness, trust issues, and why being Leonardo DiCaprio actually kinda sucks. Here's the part nobody really talks about. For all the yachts, Oscars, and memes, being Leonardo DiCaprio actually looks lonely. He's been famous since his teens, which means everyone wants something from him. He admitted in a 2008 Esquire interview that trust was his biggest problem in Hollywood, saying, "You never know what people really want." Translation: Bro's group chat has stricter entry requirements than the Freemasons. Imagine trying to make new friends when half the room is secretly hoping you'll cast them in The Revenant 2. Bear harder. Even his relationships get messy under the spotlight.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
The Leo's girlfriend's under 25 meme makes people laugh, but what it really shows is how impossible it is for him to have a normal dating life. Every girlfriend gets turned into a punchline by the internet. He could date an astrophysicist and people would still tweet, "Cool, but is she old enough to rent a car?" And also you can see the paranoia in how he lives. He's obsessed with privacy. He's rarely on talk shows, barely posts online, and when he does go outside, he's usually in a hoodie, baseball cap, and sunglasses. Bro dresses like he's in the witness protection program, not the guy who starred in Inception. And yet, it still doesn't work. Paparazzi photos of him eating lunch go viral in hours. The man can't even order a sandwich without trending. The sad part is that even when he wins, he loses. He finally got his Oscar, but it came with a new wave of memes about the bear. He raised millions for climate change, but now he's a walking hypocrisy headline. He's still at the top of Hollywood, but every time he steps outside, it's a circus. It's almost like being Leo is less about enjoying fame and more about surviving it. Boring! So yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio has it all. Money, fame, legendary roles. But he also has the world's worst subscription package. Paparazzi, pressure, and public opinion that never shuts up. Sounds less like paradise and more like a never-ending group roast. And if you still think being Leo is perfect, just remember, one day he'll be 80 years old, still in a hoodie, still dodging cameras, and the internet will still be making jokes about his girlfriend's age. After hearing all of that, I think we can agree that being Leonardo DiCaprio actually kinda sucks. For more content like this, please hit the subscribe button and see you next time. Thanks for watching.